Welcome to Vodafone Firestarters. We're here at Picnic in Amsterdam, a rather geeky conference, and we're here to talk about the urban future. And we're a traveling roadshow. We're traveling to fashion events, music events, and technology, and obviously that's the case today. And we're at the NDSM Wharf, a really cool area here in Amsterdam, and I think it suits the theme of the urban future well. And I've brought 4 experts, and I love to hear from you guys who you are in, let's say, 140 characters.
My name is Aart van Veller. I'm a sustainable entrepreneur, owning and started a few businesses in the field of sustainability, with the main mission to accelerate the transition to a sustainable economy. We believe it will happen anyhow, but we also believe it needs some acceleration. So that's what we're working on with a few businesses.
Ime Bosma, currently working at Hives and TMG, the company that acquired Hives a while ago. Doing lots of different things for the past 3 years. Besides working, I have a passion for sailing and for my newly born kid.
Renato Valdez. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a little company called CarCloud. We do online business cards exchangeable through mobile phone that ties in with location-based services as well. I've started several companies over the past couple of years. Some failed, some succeeded, and yeah, that's about it.
I'm Jan Vaatjes, co-founder of Extra World. We make mobile applications for premium brands. For example, we launched this week the McDonald's application here in the Netherlands, but we also make the application for the Hong Kong Tourism Board, for the city of Hong Kong, as well for Amsterdam.
It's not just the 5 of us, we got a room packed here. Really glad that we got so many audience. So please let yourself make some noise and so we can hear how many people there are here. All right.
The smartphones allow us to record a lot of contextual information about all the new people that you meet, and we just want to apply that contextual information to context information in a nice way. So you could call it taking business cards to a next level.
We're going to touch mobile flirting, and of course.
Mobile flirting?
Flirting, like
okay.
Dating, but flirting. And we take all the good things about mobile, location-based,
yeah.
AR is possible, and those kind of things in a very fancy, cool way, and we bring it to mobile. And I think.
So how's it gonna work? You just get random encounters with people looking for a date?
It's not a chat roulette. It's more see the dates around you.
Yeah.
You can see with a layer kind of view people.
So I'm standing in a bar and I'm looking for a girlfriend. I just point at the crowd.
You can see who's available for a flirt.
It's not that you have to be grey wool sock or that you really have to focus only on sustainability. But I think it's good for everyone to think of how you can integrate sustainability or creating a better or a smarter or a nicer world in everything you do. So that's the question actually to everyone. And I think some of you are already working on it and some maybe see a lot of opportunities in it.
We sold Hives to TMG, and we had have an agreement with TMG that as a management we would stay on for at least 2 years, and we're having a lot of fun doing so. What I'm gonna do after that, I really don't know.
Cars shouldn't be allowed in the center of Amsterdam.
No.
No cars in Amsterdam.
No, yeah, I have a car in the center of Amsterdam, so I want.
Okay, okay. No, okay, no.
No.
Okay.
They should move.
So
no cars for me.
Okay.
Only electric.
All right. Okay. So we've got 2 no's, 2 yes. Why should?
No, he says no.
I say no cars, but only electric.
Yeah,
like
but that's still an ugly car.
So is that
in a beautiful street? So
okay. In the end, I think no okay. Cars. No.
Okay. So even if they're electric. So
yeah,
why?
I agree with that as well. I just.
So you're the only guy here who wants cars in the center of Amsterdam. He lives there. He has a personal interest.
what can you do without a car?
How would your life change?
Oh, no, that's exactly the point. My point. I think as long as we allow cars in the city, nobody gets the right incentive to develop something as an alternative. So if we force cars out of Amsterdam, let's see how fast we get new ways of transportation through the city.
Look at Venetië. They move everything with on the water, you know, in the canals. So that's a better way of
Do you have a boat too?
I live at a canal, so it should be possible. But for example, if you go abroad or you go to an appointment in Utrecht,
yeah,
it's very handy if you have if you have an electric car, you can get a parking place in front of your house at the canal from the government, and you can just drive away to Utrecht. Otherwise, you have to go with the public transportation to a hub, get your car there. It's very inconvenient.
But shouldn't it be defined different? I mean, there's a big difference between personal transportation and, you know, getting goods, for example, to shops and everything else. I don't think that it's possible to completely take cars or you know, trucks, for example, away from the city to you know, bring in.
It's a pretty big challenge.
Exactly.
I guess. Yeah. What are the advantages of getting rid of the cars? Why should we even want it?
Well, first of all, I think everyone agrees that it's very annoying to have all the trucks in the city. And that's, I think, one of the first things we need to get rid of. But
how are we going to get rid of those trucks? Because we do want to get our free bras at Hankemann.
Well,
so
for example,
how did it get there?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, for example, use the canals, but also use the trams that are there. So there was a business model for it. But that's the first thing that's annoying. But the second thing is that these cars and trucks produce a lot of fijnstof, particular matter, which is very polluting and not good for your health. It's actually causing cancer, lung cancer. So that's the second reason. The third reason that is very nice to just walk out there and have no cars and no noise.
But 2 years ago at Picnic there was the Green Challenge, and the winner was a concept that had this idea.
Yeah.
For what happened to it?
No, there have been many ideas for the trams. I didn't think he won it.
Oh, okay.
But I think the reason that it didn't happen is that, we have a conservative government and we have a conservative old business models that actually are not really in favor of these solutions. So
Let's see what the audience thinks. Who wants to get rid of the cars in Amsterdam? That's not a majority, so...
Now ask who has a car and then you see all the others. So.
So I think, who has a car in Amsterdam?
It's all the others.
Right, okay. You've got some work to do, but you might get there.
One more thing about this. I think this is a nice example of where we can combine the world of IT and applications with sustainable solutions. So I know a few companies that are working on solutions on an application actually, where you can type in, okay, I want to go to Utrecht. What is the fastest way to get there? What is the cleanest way or the most sustainable way to get there? And what is the cheapest way to get there? And automatically the application will calculate how you get there. And of course, we need new business models and new kind of transportation systems to really get there. But this is a start, I think.
A push notification when your battery is charged.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just wants to take his car. Who can blame him?
I think it's much better with bicycles and people walking, and it's more natural and healthier.
Yeah, I think I partly agree. I think the future lies in car sharing services, and especially electric car sharing services. I think this is a very great thing.
I agree that cars shouldn't be allowed in Amsterdam because if you have so many cars and so many people in the same city, it's not good, not healthy. So I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a very interesting statement, and I fully agree with that. I think Amsterdam is a place where you could possibly make much better use of the space. And I also know just in my short experience in Amsterdam, there's also been a problem related to parking. So either it means it has to be removed completely, or alternatively, maybe someone can come up with some innovative ideas of how we can solve the problem of parking.
I do agree. I do like that Amsterdam is somehow a very sustainable village or city, let's call it. And cars are very good to not be allowed in the center and maybe even farther because it's polluted and it's just too noisy and chaotic.
The government should take care of wireless internet everywhere. Yes or no?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Depends where they pay it from.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And why no free Wi-Fi in the park?
I think everything which the government does is most of the time the market does it better. So free Wi-Fi is probably made by the government. It's much more expensive. In the end, we pay it. It's not free because we pay it from our tax money. Probably in a more expensive way than we should do it with the Vodafones of the world or the other companies. So in the end, you still pay, and probably more than you would have if you have different companies battling each other for the cheapest Wi-Fi.
Yeah, right now I think the wireless internet experience is lousy, and I think it would definitely help us as a society, as an economy, to, let's say, at least stimulate the building of infrastructure when it comes to internet access, whether that be wireless or fixed. And it doesn't go fast enough if you leave it to the market, and it's only there where there are lots of people. So I would, I disagree.
So what would be the practical advantage?
An advantage?
Yeah, of having Wi-Fi everywhere.
Well, that I can use my smartphone at every dinner, or you know. No, I think it's such a basic need by now to have internet access and to be, you know, connected to anything and everyone all the time that we maybe now we can't even yet think of what would be the advantage of having it. But I am so much a believer of having internet access everywhere that I'm sure it will be advantage.
You had a little trouble with the yes or no part?
Yeah, exactly what my colleague is telling, like that who is paying it and what is the party that can most efficiently put it into practice. And in the end, we will pay it anyhow. So I agree with you. And after hearing your arguments, I agree that the government shouldn't pay for it, actually.
So you shifted camps. Yeah. Okay. You have anything to add about this,
Yeah,
Renato?
I mean, for me, the operators, they provide us, you know, with Wi-Fi, but with such a lousy user experience, and I'm really willing to pay, you know, a lot more to get just open Wi-Fi somewhere. But on the other hand, we live in a first world country, and I think that internet should be part of, you know, basic human rights here as well. Yeah,
basic human rights.
Yeah. Basic human rights. That's a good statement to end this one.
I think it should help, but I think it should also be privately managed. I don't like government intervention very much.
Yeah, I think that would really be the future, to have access to Wi-Fi everywhere, preferably for free, but I'm not sure if that's even possible.
I don't think that's necessary. I think people that are willing to communicate to the outside world, they will take care of that themselves. So I don't think the government should bother with that.
I thought the government doesn't it? Well, if it doesn't, they really should. Yes, they should really take care of it. I think, especially knowing, I'm not sure how unhealthy wireless can be for humans, but I thought they really did.
I think the government should take care of Wi-Fi in the city. They do it in South Africa as well, and it works very well, so I think it's much better to use that.